Good morning, Ventura, and welcome to another fun-filled episode with Fun with HR.
Good morning, Rosandra.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you this morning?
I am very tired because we had a very eventful week this week.
I know. Let's talk about it.
I know. Started Saturday with the Food Share Cantry event.
Okay, so can I just tell you how much fun that was?
Oh, that was a blast.
Can I just tell you, though, that I was a little nervous. I've never decorated a can tree.
Oh, well, there's a first time for everything, right?
Right.
Well, if you want to see how to build a can tree, you could go to the HR firm's Facebook page and see how to build a can tree, because we did a stop motion, or we did a fast motion video.
Fast motion video, yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that we make it look so easy, but I have to say it wasn't as easy as I had originally thought it was going to be, because there's instructions that we had to read. And I just wasn't feeling the instructions, so I was really glad that Jeff was reading them, because I was really freaked out about the decorating.
Kind of like your baking, right?
Yeah. Baking, those are guidelines. 1 cup of, strawberry jam, is it any different than a teaspoon? I don't think so.
Yeah. And we actually had some weather this week.
We did. Holy cow. So while everybody loves the weather, of course, I'm the mama of the most amazing little man, Cheddarbug, and he hates the weather. He will not go outside. But I am happy to report that after many, many years of trying to get him to go outside during weather, he went outside and did his business there. And this is one proud mama.
Yes, I know you're very proud of him, especially when the rain was falling. But they say that this is the most wonderful time of the year, right? At least that's what the song leads you to believe.
Yes, absolutely.
But there's been a lot of employees misbehaving this week.
Oh, holy
that's
cow.
part of the tiredness today, is we were super busy
Slammed.
with people having employees and having issues.
Slammed. It's almost like there was something in the water. Everything
that could be.
It could be,
They might
because
have put
we had
something.
things ranging from let's harass at work, whether it's normal harassment or, as I like to call it, the updated version of just no common sense harassment. We also had people who decided that they're going to help themselves to the till or drawers at their employment sites. We had people who didn't understand that telling their employer that they were cheap and calling them names was not being insubordinate. Come on.
It's never a good way to get ahead.
No, not certainly when you're asking for a raise. Don't call your boss cheap and then ask for more money.
Exactly. But we ended our week on a high point.
We did.
We had our inaugural Atharva Workforce Christmas party.
Oh, so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
So much fun. So, everyone now knows I'm a huge fan of Puranos, and chef extraordinaire Shannon came here and said, you know what? We are going to have a salad building class. And I know we looked at each other and thought, if Shannon's doing it, we're in. Who cares if she's opening an envelope? We're going to be there.
Well, it was a salad wreath building class. We actually built something that looked pretty in the end.
Well, here's the deal, though. I kind of sold it to the Atharva people, Trisha and Isaac, as it was team building. And this is how I took it. Yes, it's salad. Yes, we're going to be doing, following instructions. And, if we don't read them, Shannon was going to be there walking us through it. But we all hear things differently, and we all do things differently. And even though the end product was going to be a salad, it wasn't all going to look the same. It wasn't all going to be put together the same way. It was all going to be very unique depending on who was doing the actual parts. And so as a team building activity, if y'all are out there looking for something that is fun, you support local, keep your eye out for some of these classes, because definitely team building is not just for the end of the year, it's all year through.
Okay, I'm going to get a reservation in now for January's class.
Yes.
Because Shannon let us know, and she's in studio today, that January's class is going to be an hors d'oeuvre class where you're actually going to learn how to glue.
Not glue.
No, she said glue.
We don't glue, we eat.
No, you're going to learn how to glue.
With honey.
Ooh,
With honey.
With honey.
Dried fruit to the trays,
Oh my
so that you
gosh.
can just make something
Well,
really
the
beautiful.
reason I said no glue is because as a kid, I ate glue. I'm not ashamed to say it.
But
And I was told no more glue.
you said team building, and everybody hears things differently, and that's really true because it's amazing how different everybody's prosciutto rolls looked.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
mean,
absolutely.
Some looked like a log at the end because they rolled it too tight. It was
Right.
insane.
But they were all beautiful and they were
it was a
all
lot of fun,
edible and people
and-
did their thing and I love it. So we're hearing kind of the Snickers in the background and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell our
It's going to be that kind of a show because this is our last show for the year. We will be back on January 1st. So if you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning on January 1st, you could tune in and hear us live. Who knows what we're going to be talking about, but we will be here live.
Well, I can tell you that what I would love to do is have people start a new tradition. Start it by coming on the radio and then listening to themselves. And then most importantly, just joining us every Saturday so that they can hear what's going on local, what's going on that they haven't maybe thought of before. And of course, listening to us kind of narrate the Rose Parade. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, that'd be so.
Yeah, to hear our perspective. Oh,
Yeah, because
God help
usually I'm
everybody.
already doing that anyways. Because I'm normally going, what the heck is that? How did they do that? Oh my God! And then of course it's the gorgeous, but
So anyway, today's show is kind of going to be a free for all because
Yes.
normally we have 3 guests and we interview them, and each person has their own segment. But today we have 3 of our favorite people with us, and that's Shannon Rice from Piranos, Katie Ballou from Stray Sellers, and our entrepreneur extraordinaire Hannah Duncan with us. And it's going to be wild and crazy with Hannah in studio. But besides what they do for their livings, we have 2 budding TikTok stars here.
I know.
That they're going to be butting head to head
I
here
know.
soon.
I was going to challenge them to do some sort of TikTok while they're here.
Well, I think Hannah's planning on doing that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, we know. We'll see.
We'll
so
see.
the gauntlet's
So-
been thrown.
Ah.
We're going to open up the mics, and I know that you have a whole bunch of topics you want to talk about.
Yes.
And I'm actually, because Hannah, she's a radio pro, I'm going to let her take the lead on the co-hosting today. So we're really in for a lot of trouble.
No, not trouble. More
A
like
lot
a
of
treat.
fun.
Yes.
It's going to be a very wild and interesting show, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're just taking the fun with HR to the next level.
Yes, let's just make sure we stay HR friendly.
Always.
Oh, no. We're having a revolt in the studio.
This is how people revolt. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Hannah is going to start her phone because some interesting things are going to happen here.
I can't believe that we were able to get her here after being on the road for such a long time. So this is absolutely a treat.
It is a treat because you never know when Hannah's going to be in town.
I never know.
And now she is broadcasting somewhere, I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter.
But anyway, start with your questions, Rosandra.
So Hannah,
Okay, I'm ready.
you're ready.
Yeah,
So,
what's your TikTok handle first? I gotta check you
Oh, my
out.
TikTok-
I gotta know what I'm
my-
dealing with.
My
That's
TikTok
right.
is HannahMarieDuncan.com.
All right, I'm looking you up. Go ahead. ladies, go ahead.
MURRAY.
Absolutely, because this means that we don't realize this, and I've said this for a very long time. I always feel like I'm in the presence of royalty whenever I'm in front of you.
Stop it. Oh, my God.
But the only reason is because you're so ahead of everyone else, and it always feels like if it's something new and something powerful, you're going to be at the helm. So I have to tell you,
What?
your TikTok, shall we say, it's been interesting because it started out as really fun, and then it turned into this is how you're going to make your business better.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that because in essence, if people follow you, they're going to hear little bits, nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah.
And the last one,
Well, what's the last one? Because I did like 4 in the last 2 days.
and that's
Whoa,
why.
I guess I gotta step it up. Dang.
Step it up, Katie. The one about being ready for 2022.
Oh, the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yes. Talk to us about that.
Okay, so when you're in sales and business, like everybody knows that what you're doing today affects the next 2-3 months, right? So you're planning, you're planting seeds, you're, making calls to new prospects, that kind of thing. So every single day matters to what your numbers are going to be the next month and the month after. So being at Christmas and New Year's, on your personal side, I'm going to be busy. The kids are home from school. The Christmas, everyone's going to be shut down for Christmas and New Year's Eve or New Year's, whatever kind of business it is, whatever kind of industry you're in. Therefore, you're already losing sales days.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're thinking about your numbers, and let's say you work 20 days a month, then you divide whatever your goal is for that month by the 20 days. You have 20 selling days. Well, now you're going to have 18, if not less, selling days. Then you take into account that during those last 2 weeks of the year, especially the week before Christmas, which is this week, everyone's going to be so busy and so frantic. They are not listening to any message you have for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So now you're taking out another 5 days out of your selling days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now you're at, 15 days, 13 days.
Mm-hmm.
What in the heck are you doing to make sure that you're still going to hit your numbers in January and February? So whether you're making double the calls on the days that you're actually selling, or triple the calls the day that you're selling, or you're prepping for whatever promotion you need to do. So for instance, with me, I sell business to business. All of my businesses are going to come out frantic and exhausted from Christmas and be thinking about, oh my God, what am I doing for January?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a very small window of about 3 to 5 days after Christmas where I can prep them to buy my products to be prepared for January, which means I need to do it for them because they have no brain cells left after Christmas. They're
Right.
exhausted. So if I give them packaged everything all at once, marketing materials, promotion, signage, Instagram posts, everything, and I say, here you go, all you have to do is buy this package right here, and all of this is done for you on January 1st. Then they will
Beautiful.
buy my package.
Of course.
So I've already built my package and I'm sending it out Monday. They're not going to answer me on Monday, but they're going to file it in their brain. And then I follow back up again the following Monday after Christmas. And they're like, oh my God, yes. And then it's an emergency situation. And my team knows that we're shipping super quickly because they need to have it on their shelf that next week.
Yeah.
But so those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. The prep and
Mm-hmm.
the understanding of your timelines of when you need to have things done. Also what your client needs from you. So you can't be thinking about, oh, what am I offering for my clients January 1st? I'm going to release it January 1st. No, it's already supposed to be on the shelf.
Exactly.
And the same thing as if you sell business or business to consumer. If you sell straight to consumers, they're feeling real fat and bloated on Monday after Christmas. Okay.
Right.
So if you are selling a detox program, if you're selling a weight loss program, if you're selling a physical fitness, anything like that, anything that has to do with New Year's or dentist, anything that has to do with the stuff that you need to get done, that's where everybody's mindset is as soon as Christmas is over.
Right.
So go heavy on your advertising, go heavy on your Instagram posts, really, really heavy that week because they will call to make an appointment for the following week.
Genius. But not so much. I mean, when you think about it, you know what?
That's good. That's good.
Listen, none of my stuff is genius. It's all the stuff we know. I'm just reminding.
Well, you know, the thing is, what I hear is hard work. And what I hear is work.
It's just smart, being smart.
Right.
That's it.
But, you know, my grandfather would always tell me, you know, people are always afraid of success because it's dressed as hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And so what people see is the success. They don't really see everything that you put in behind it. You don't see the advertising. They don't see the marketing. All they see is the amazing launch of a product, and they see that sales go up and what have you. So what you're saying should not be really, as you said, genius. It's common sense.
Yeah.
It means that when everybody else is taking off, you have to be working. Ironically, I have to tell you, Jeff and I don't take any time off during December because we're already getting everybody ready to go come January 1st. It's compliance. But the other part is we've been talking to people about updating their handbooks and about doing a lot of the things that we kind of want them to do beforehand. We start talking to them about in September because
But they're not going to do it, right?
they're not.
It's all of a sudden emergency today.
Yes.
So part of what I say, the reason why I'm successful is that I love to people watch. Like, you can literally sit me down with some food and coffee, and I'll sit there for 3 hours and people watch. Like, it's so interesting to me. So it's the same thing. Like, the way that I do business is I think about like people's general nature of how they do things and what they do, and I'm just as guilty. But when you understand that, then you know what to do next, no matter what your business is.
Right.
So yes, you plant the seed, but you really have to hone in exactly the moment where they're going to realize that I need it done tomorrow.
Right.
Rosandra, where are you? You know? So that's
All the time.
my thing, and that's what the TikTok was about.
Yes. And I loved it. I played it several times. I showed it to my business partner. I actually showed it to Jeff. I was just absolutely blown away by
Thank
just
you.
the sincerity of it and just the simple steps that we could all follow.
Yeah.
There's nothing like
It's nothing earth-shattering.
No.
It's just, you just need a reminder because we're too busy.
right. But it's something we could use all year long, not just during this time frame. So, and this is something, that's why I said I have some of my favorite people here today, because it's something I see played out every time I open a stray email, every time I go online. I mean, Katie, girl, you think you're not on top of it, but you are certainly on top of it.
I try to be modest, but no, there's a lot of hard work that comes into having and owning and running your own small business. I mean, we're owner operated. It's my husband Scott. He's the winemaker. I run front of house. I handle all of the behind the scenes stuff, and it's non-stop.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I've got 2 little kids to throw in the mix of things, but I've got a couple gals that help me on the weekends too. But it is nonstop, and that was one thing that I actually found in TikTok for myself, was to bring back some of the fun into things. I take a bit more of a just kind of a fun novelty angle in the things that I do, but it's something that brings me joy that I can then repost on my other social media accounts to bring joy to other people.
So,
You have to see Katie's 12 Days of Christmas.
oh yes, that
Poor
was great.
Scott and his 500
Good
balls.
balls.
And if you've been to Stray, you understand what's going on.
Yes,
there,
well, let me clarify
very
for a
cool.
moment. So since we have been open, I think I'm still banned from Pinterest. I saw this tree. Now, imagine in your heads, this is called a suspended Christmas tree. And what it is, it's an optical illusion where you have balls hung from filament, and it's hung in a shape and pattern that looks like a giant Christmas tree. Well, we have one that we had built in our tasting room that was 19 feet tall. This thing is huge. It takes over 12 hours to put together, and it's individually hung balls. Well, last year during no, not last year. It was the year before COVID hit. We thought we'd make a music video to the 12 Days of Christmas, and each day was substituted with a funny little thing around our winery, and 5 was the 500 balls.
Poor Scott.
Yeah.
We're going to come back to that. Fun with HR is brought to you by the HR firm. You can reach them at 805-853-3476, because if you have employees, you have issues.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Every business owner knows employees can be your biggest asset and your biggest liability. That's why you need to know for sure that your company is compliant with today's ever-changing laws. The HR firm is a premier human resource consulting firm in Ventura County, specializing in working with small to mid-sized companies. The HR firm provides everything you need to keep your company compliant, from handbooks to policies and procedures to workers' compensation claim management. We've got you covered. They offer a complimentary 1-hour consultation for new clients. As your local HR consultant, they're just a phone call away. For more information, contact them at info@thehrfirm.com or at 805-835-3476. Because if you have employees, you have issues.
This is Bob Davis. Ventura County resident for over 50 years. Loan Depot and I have teamed up to provide facts and mortgage lending experience that gives you satisfaction that you want to share with people you love. 805 658 7435. That's 805 658 7435. Real, honest, and fair mortgage lending. NMLS 249185.
Hey employers, are you tired of spending your valuable time posting jobs on the job boards? Are you tired of looking through resumes to find that one diamond in the rough? Your time is way too valuable, so let the professionals at Atharva Workforce find that diamond in the rough for you. Spend more time on your business and less time looking for those employees. Call Atharva Workforce at 805-826-0033.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas with how cold it is.
Yes, and you add being cold and then feeling overwhelmed and feeling, like, January's just around the corner, which it is. I kind of wanted to go back to something that we were talking over break, and it wasn't about Scott, but rather it was about the fact that we all kind of feel overwhelmed, and where do we find the time? We're all really busy. And Shannon, talk to us about, how you've been feeling lately.
The same. I mean, we're so grateful for all of the business and parties and caterings and this and that, but like Hannah was talking about, looking ahead into January and getting in front of those promotions and what we're doing then, I just feel like I'm not on top of that game. So we're handling what's happening now immediately right in front of us, but New Year's, I'm behind on releasing the menu, and we're doing this wonderful dinner and things like that, and then what's coming in January, the next class, all of those things.
Right.
So it's kind of finding that time. But when, as you're in a small business, you're kind of just dealing with what's right in front of you, what needs to get done right away.
Putting
and
out
there's
the
not
fires.
always that extra time. And then when there is, you're so tired, you just want to nap for a minute.
Wait, you get to
and
nap?
in my head.
Okay.
I think Mondays for like 20 minutes. But not right now. But again, it is fun, and it's fun to see everybody rise to the occasion. I love watching our team in those pressure moments. I mean, yesterday was a intense day. We had a lot going on, in-house and catering pickups. So, but to watch them all rise it really keeps me fueled and going.
Right.
When I feel like I can't do one more thing, but I'm watching them. Yes, I can. And here we go. And, everyone's high-fiving at the end of the night. We did it. And it's great. But, yeah, I'd like to have more time to get out in front of what's coming up, all the good stuff.
So what do you think, Hannah?
So I was just in Cancun last month, or whatever month it was. I don't know where I'm at anymore. And I was speaking to corporate heads. There's 120 of them, and they're the number one person for Hyatt, number one person for Hilton, Marriott, Rosewood Hotels, Ritz-Carltons. And they all say the same thing. They're so overwhelmed, especially the way that things are working right now, because you can't find any employees. Mm-hmm. And who knew that everyone would be on this psychotic spending spree post-COVID? Right?
Right.
So the supply chain's jacked up.
Yep.
There's no employees. So you have 300% of the demand with 60% of the supply, right?
So true.
And we're so grateful and we're so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us as the employee owners or the people who run the business, the managers, whichever, we're getting burnt out real quick. So what I talked about to them was, number one, just realizing that it's never going to end.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You are
So
never,
true.
ever going to get caught up. Like, stop
True.
lying to yourself. Okay? So before it was, am I a good mom? Am I being balanced? Am I balancing work life? It's all BS.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
No, you just gotta run with the punches and
Yeah.
roll with the grind
Yeah.
and enjoy the process. It's interesting to me that people are always like, I just got to get through this week. I just got to
Yeah.
survive this week. When
No.
I get through this week and finish this event, then it's going to be okay. This weight is going to be lifted off
No.
your shoulders.
It's never gonna end.
No, I had double events last weekend
Yeah.
at the winery, public event and then a private event in our tasting room.
Mm-hmm.
And I just on the way home, I just had a moment and I let it all go, and I had the most beautiful cry, and I was like, dang, I thought that was going to make me feel better. No, but you got to enjoy the grind. You just got to enjoy the
we
process.
love it. Yeah, we totally love it, right?
Yeah.
As entrepreneurs. So this is the solution, okay? As close as you can get to the
Yeah.
solution. Is what I did with them. I did a workshop where you break up your day. So first of all, we have this notion of a 9 to 5, which is also BS. There's
Yeah,
no
that
such
does
thing.
not exist.
Okay. Last night, I got on the phone with China at 10 o'clock because it's 2 p.m. their time. So, so you have to think about like, what are the times that you can take for yourself? So I tell people, for instance, break there, and there's a few different ones. One is the time for yourself. What are those times? Like if you have kids, then 3 o'clock or 2:45 to 3:30 is your moment. You're going to pick up the kids. You're not going to just drop them off or just take them straight to work. You're going to go and get a snack. You're going to go do something with them like that. Those half hour, 45 minutes, it's quality time. If you go home and have dinner, then you're going to have 1 hour and a half with your husband of quality time. You know, like you have to schedule it like it's a meeting. Otherwise, it will not happen, and something always takes priority. And that also includes time for yourself. For me, I'll be damned if I work out. I don't work out, but I will go have coffee like 6 times in a day, and those times are scheduled out. And I'll go get my nails done at 1 in the afternoon because why?
No one's
My
there.
day starts at 6 a.m.
Yep.
It ends at 10 p.m. So that's my hour. So if I go and get my nails done at 1 p.m., I'm not feeling guilty about it. Like that's my time, right? And the other thing is organizing when you're going to get things done, because we got so much done when we were at home during COVID and there was nobody walking by our office.
Right.
Okay. So what I do is I close my door for an hour and a half in the morning, and then I close my door for an hour and a half in the afternoon. No one's going to die in those 2 hour and a halves. And it's like, if you have kids, like how much can you get done 2 hours in 2 hours when the kids are with grandma versus 2 hours when the kids are with you? It's like you can get a whole week's
it's
worth
night
of
and
work.
day, yes.
It's the same thing with employees because really they're our kids, HR firm. Right. So, so if you take an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half in the afternoon, those 3 hours are so full of good quality work time. You get so much done. And so if you do those things, so again, schedule out your own personal time and make it like it's a meeting, and then schedule out time where no one's allowed to talk to you. You do not check emails. You do not check your phone, nothing. And if it's the same time slots every single day, then people know not to call you during those times, especially your family.
Yeah.
So
and you
Jeff
feel
is
more
laughing.
in control, I think, when you
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
The days that I actually do, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm
You
in
feel better.
control of what's
So what
happening,
you're
and like
none
I
of
have
you
a handle
caught
on it.
was Jeff was just laughing.
No.
Jeff in the
Why?
corner. Us ladies kind of took over the microphones. Yes,
No.
Jeff, you may come back and
I'm
join in the
laughing
conversation.
because what Hannah says, Rosandra tries to do, like she schedules her.
I have to schedule my
mani-pedi day.
lunch. Like
No,
this
but
is when I'm
see,
eating.
here's the problem with Rosandra, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tell everybody about
Okay,
this. But
okay.
the problem with Rosandra is she puts in her schedule on Wednesday from 1 to 3. I'm going to be getting a manicure pedicure. But what does she do? She schedules an appointment for 12:30. What does that do? That makes it impossible to get to her 1 o'clock on time, and her manicurist hates her because she's
She does
always
not.
late.
She does
You have
not.
to schedule that time for yourself and for your business, that quality time, like it's a meeting that you cannot cancel. Because
Right.
if you always can't, if you schedule it that way, then your entire rest of your day will fall in line. If it
Well-
was an important meeting with a client, you'd somehow find another time for this other call.
Right. So the issue that I've always had is, and I think this is how I've always spoiled my clients. When they need me, I am there. So, and I know
You've trained your children to, you know what I mean, to be
Yes.
spoiled. It's the
Yes.
same thing as a parent. I say it all the time, like being an employee or being having clients your children too, and your employees are your children. And so you have to retrain them. You know, train people to how to treat you. It's the same thing we talk about all the time.
Absolutely.
So, but that's what it is, but we don't do it ourselves. So
Right.
our clients are just as bad. You have to train them. I've fired clients because they were refused to be retrained. I'm like, oh, then you don't fit into my mold here.
Yeah, I did that this year. We
Yeah.
I don't want to say we got rid of because that sounds so horrible, but we let them go so that they
Yeah.
could be on their own. And
We let them be someone else's blessing.
That's absolutely bless their hearts.
I'm gonna use that one. Nice. That's hilarious.
But immediately, as soon as that decision was made, I mean, yeah, I freaked out thinking, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be too big where I want to say no to clients or no to business. But one of the things that happened instantaneously is I filled that time with 4 other clients. So instead of having 2 that were super, super needy,
Right.
I have 4 really nice clients that now I've, again, set boundaries. I've always said, I'm going to set this boundary and I hope that you respect it. But I kind of wanted to bring it back to the holidays, ladies. You said time to yourselves, times to, what you look forward to. Let's talk about what you look forward to in the holidays. Shannon, Katie?
Food, as always.
Food.
So we get to spend time and family. That's the one time, that people kind of do stop and make the extra effort to be together. And as we go through all of this stuff, it's just, I really am looking forward to just being present in the moment with family. We're going to be making my grandmother's pasta recipe and doing all those things that just kind of take us back to those good feelings. And I really just want to shut everything else out, be present in the moment, laugh, eat, enjoy the time with family, and everybody should do that. Just take that little break. Let's get rid of all the stress for a moment and just be present.
I just got to know, though, since you're cooking every day, are you cooking for the holidays or do you let other people do that for you?
I let other people do that.
All
I
right.
will be, like I said, making our little hats. We lost my grandparents this past year, so in honor of them, we're all coming together to do this. We make like 1,000 little stuffed capolettis that make a soup.
That's right.
So it's a fun tradition. And then since I don't have children, yay me, I will be teaching my niece and nephews. They want a charcuterie for our Christmas dinner to start. So I'm gonna do the little interactive thing with them.
So I just
and
want you to
spend
know
some time.
that my most cherished memories growing up are with my aunt cooking, making grandma's recipes, making any cookies, and oh my gosh, I mean,
And this time of year, I'm called Shanta.
We
So
need an
I'm very
apron. We need
excited.
something that says Shanta for you.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
Dad plays Santa, or my brother. So it's just gonna be good. Good time to just kind of reconnect.
How about you, Katie?
No, same thing in our household. I mean, I've got 2 little kids, so I've got a 3 and a 5-year-old. So Christmas time gets more and more exciting every year right now because it's just a magical time for them. And with as busy as my husband works between the studio and the winery, it'll be nice for him to finally have. He won't have 2 weeks off, but we'll like to pretend that he has 2 weeks off
Sure.
because he'll be around a little bit more. But just to have that family time with him because we don't have it throughout the year. I think that there's a lot of people who they're associated with the school year, and they have these breaks, these big long breaks. And there's a lot of us who don't. We work through the holidays. We're constantly working and grinding it out. And I look forward to having a moment with my 2 little girls and my husband to ourselves for hopefully a little bit.
So you know what I'm looking forward to in 2022?
Please tell.
Ladies, I am having a princess party. I don't care. We are having.
You love bringing up the princess parties. I think that's what all people are going to think we do at Stray Cellars.
No, because they're genius.
It's brilliant.
You have your kids there dressing up or having an activity while you're within view of them, and you get to taste wine.
Yeah.
That is genius.
It's brilliant, and I have the entire. You know what? I am a little bit on top of it. I have the entire princess pop-up calendar made for next year. And it's like, right? Like, who knew?
So hold on.
Yeah.
I was at a client and they said, "Oh my gosh, I know you really like Stray Cellars. So can you tell me about the ugly sweater party?" And I said,
sure.
"No, I've never been to the ugly sweater party."
You haven't.
We haven't, but I have to disclose the fact that during the busy times, I mean, my cheddar bug, I don't like leaving him alone too long. So in essence, and I don't like him being around people because I'm totally protective of him. So it makes it hard for us to go out. but I want you to tell us about that because people look forward to your ugly sweater party.
Oh no, it was rad. It was pretty fun this year. A little bit of a lighter crowd. Just weather and coming off of all the COVIDness. But no, we have live music. We made a chili bar.
Oh
a
my gosh.
homemade chili bar.
Yes.
It was amazing. It actually was a vegan chili. Who knew? You didn't even miss it. Roseanne just every time I talk, you point the commercial card at me, and we have to take a break.
But we're coming back to you.
Oh, alleged. All right, here we go. I'll tell you more about the ugly sweater party when we come back.
chili.
And
And
chili.
the vegan
Chili
chili.
recap. We need Scott's
Yeah.
recap.
All the things.
Yeah.
Take your commercial, Rosandra.
Thank you.
Oh boy. We promise we don't have any wine in the studio.
Never.
Fun with HR is brought to you by Atharva Workforce. If you think hiring a professional is hard, wait until you hire an amateur.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one.
If you have employees, then it is your responsibility to keep them safe. That means written rules and procedures and processes all in place. If you don't have an illness and injury prevention program, a COVID prevention program, safety program, or emergency action plan, you could have Cal OSHA knocking on your door with a notice of violation and fines in hand. But don't worry, you're not on your own. The HR firm can walk you through the safety maze to get your company compliant, all while helping you keep your employees safe. And remember, these need to be written and distributed to employees. They offer a complimentary 1-hour consultation for new clients. As your local HR consultant, they're just a phone call away. For more information, contact them at info@thehrfirm.com or at 805-835-3476. The HR Firm, because if you have employees, you have issues.
Mortgage, a crazy method to borrow money. Do you know Bob Davis? He's been in Ventura County since 1967, in the loan business since 1985. Loan Depot and Bob Davis teamed up to provide honest and fair mortgage lending for everyone. Call 805-658-7435. Loan Depot and Bob Davis. Real, honest, and fair mortgage lending. Call 805-658-7435. NMLS 249185.
Finding people to add to your team can be difficult when you don't know where to start. Do you even have a job description? Do you know how much you should be paying them? Do you even know where to find the right people for your team? Let the professionals at Atharva Workforce help you get started and find your next star employee. Spend time on your business, not searching for that new star employee. Call Atharva Workforce at 805-826-0033.
Welcome back to Fun with HR. Atharva Workforce is currently looking for window washing technicians, bookkeepers, back office dental assistant, jewelry associates, and veterinary technicians. If this is you, contact Isaac at Atharva Workforce. You could email him at info@atharva.solutions.
Vegan chili and ugly sweater.
And
Go.
And wine.
Go.
And wine.
Yeah. And wine.
Right, the commercial card has come down.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to speak again.
You may speak.
So yeah, no, you wanted to kind of recap a little bit about last weekend. We had our annual Ugly Sweater Christmas party. We were glad to have that back. We had live music, and we had a dinner buffet for folks, and we had a DIY sort of vegan chili bar, which was amazing. I'm not even vegan, but it's just kind of one of those opportunities to incorporate more vegetables into your life. Vegetables are always a good thing. So yeah, we had that. We had wine specials. We had dancing. We had heaters blaring at every table. It was a little chilly last weekend, but it was a good time.
So the reason why I wanted you to talk about all this is because I also brought something up that was truly unique to Stray for a very long time, and that's those silent discos.
Oh yeah. I would love to bring that back. It's a good time. If you haven't heard of a silent disco, it's an event in where all of the party goers wear headphones.
Yeah.
And the best silent discos you can go to is where there are multiple DJs, not just like one DJ with 3 different tracks you can listen to, but like actual DJs spinning their own jams. And so you can tell what other people are listening to depending on the color that their headphones glow. It's a really it's a
So
really
fun.
rad experience.
It is.
For
Until
sure.
you do it,
You don't quite get it
Right.
because you think of, okay, I'm at a party listening to headphones, but it gives you the opportunity to take them off and have a normal conversation with somebody and not be
Right.
screaming over a speaker system.
that's cool.
It's
It's amazing people watching.
There you go. There's some good people watching for you. But then also it just bridges generation gaps. You've got people dancing to different songs together as well. So I kind of look forward to bringing that back next year. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do too. I
We
think
do a
that
lot
would
of
be
really
great.
cool events at our winery.
You do, you do, and like I said, for a very long time, if I thought disco and headphones, it was straight sellers.
Yay.
So no, you just don't do princess parties, but most definitely, you are one of the most creative people out there. You do crafts. You also have had essential oils out. You've had the cookie making or decorating.
Cookie
I should.
decorating, yeah.
It's been such an amazing thing, and I've missed every single bit of it because
You're
I
not
have-
missing tomorrow though. You're coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow, and I'm sure no one's listening. No one's making plans to
Only
this
Mom and
particular
Dad.
thing. However, I'm sure that there's those listening who are like, oh shoot, the family's in town. I need to like do something with them tomorrow. But we're having our sip and shop. We do it monthly. So it's an opportunity to come out and do a little last minute Christmas shopping, and it's like a holiday boutique, and we'll have live music. We've got his local band. It's like a big band, dance music. We'll be featuring them, and it should be a good time tomorrow. And you're coming.
I am.
You're coming.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jeff's
Okay, we'll bring
Don't
Jeff
forget me.
too.
Don't forget me.
We'll bring Jeff. We'll bring Jeff.
You know, one of the things besides Katie's ugly sweater party
Yeah. Yes.
is, and I don't know if you did it this year or not, but prior to Christmas, Katie makes ugly sweaters for wine bottles.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Those
I've
are
gifted those.
awesome.
I
So-
sell that. I have them for sale, but we didn't have a class this year. With just all of the events and all of the fun things that I'm just trying to pack into our winery's calendar, which you can check out on our website. It's kind of fun. We cut the sweaters off, sleeves off of a sweater, and then embellish, drape it over your wine bottle. It makes the perfect little touch, added touch to your
when you're
holiday
going-
wine gift.
Right. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. That's exactly how I gave him. I know people love wine and what have you, so I don't want to put it in a bag. I want to be able to just say, here you go.
Yeah.
Let's dress up our crazy. Let's
Yes,
go.
Exactly.
My mother-in-law just made some as well out of shirt sleeves and brought them in. We have them in the market. People love them.
It's
just
Of course.
a
fun.
They
creative
do.
way
They do.
to
So tell
gift-
us,
gift
Shannon,
wine.
2022, what are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to starting a new hobby. I
Bloody
think.
Marys on
Yeah,
Sunday.
Yes, it is finally happening. God, good Lord.
What is
but
this?
Personally, our full liquor license.
Oh,
Finally.
congratulations.
Yay. We have
Congratulations.
been going through this process for way too long. So we are so excited. But personally, I am looking forward to, my husband just bought some fancy sander thing to make cutting boards ourselves.
Ooh.
So, and we were watching videos. So, carving out a little time for us to do something together, enjoying it. I know, did you catch that? So excited for that, and just again, really just compartmentalizing, and just doing like you talked about, Hannah, and setting time aside, and realizing what is really, really like on a level 10 and what's like a level 3. Not
Right.
everything has to be heightened. We don't need to be in this heightened state of stress all the time. So just really kind of that balance. I'm not going to say eating healthy. I'm not going to say working out. I'm not
We
because
don't
I'm
lie on the radio.
not. Right.
No.
Let's be realistic. But spending some time like doing hands-on, like crafty kind of things with my husband would be fun.
So-
We don't really get that time.
That's amazing. I just realized that my grandmother's 97 years old.
Wow.
And I come from really, really old stock, obviously. Don't tell her I said that. Um, but very good stock. She survived COVID at 97, 3 weeks in the hospital, but she survived COVID. And I have to tell you, one of the things that I'm loving is just sitting down and talking to her because of those things that I don't know how much longer we're going to have her for.
Right.
But if everything holds true, she's going to live to 150 and bury all of us because
sure.
she's going to be fine. She's got no stress. But it's some of those recipes. And I have to tell you, every time I walk into Pirano's, you transform me into the little girl that I was doing things with her. Because let me tell you, her tomato sauce was always from scratch.
Yeah.
The herbs from the garden. Pasta, she didn't make her own, but she was very specific. And so it's just, for me, food is, I obviously love food, look at me. But one of the things that I always say is, food is not just to feed your stomach, it feeds your soul. And it kind of takes you somewhere. And so I want you to continue with your classes. We will absolutely support them. We will be there front and center every time we can, because I think everyone really likes to kind of be reminded, sit down.
Sit down, take a
Take a
break.
break.
And that's really what I'm sure we all strive to do,
Sure.
is to provide that experience. Just shut it off and be in the moment. And I can't just say that enough. It's
Yeah.
like, just forget about things. There's nothing you can do that's going to change that situation, that thing. That can wait till tomorrow. So when you have those times, just be present.
Right, right. So, Miss Hannah.
I'm ready.
Get out of her way.
Chair slide.
Tell us
Jeff
what
moves over.
you're looking forward to.
Okay, well, I'm recently divorced. Thank you very much. And so this is the first time in my adult life. My child is 20, and I don't have a husband to look after, that I get to be super selfish this year, and I'm really excited about it.
Yay.
You
So-
should be.
Yes.
As you deserve.
So I tell Jeff all the time, I'm like, oh, Hannah makes divorce look so good. And he says, don't even think about it.
You're a bad influence.
Honey. So what I did, I mean, as you know, I expanded my company, which, by the way, I don't even think we said what I do. I have a Well CBD. It's a CBD skincare company. I sell to spas and resorts all over the world. So I expanded to 8 countries this year. I'm going into 14 first quarter of next year. And so I'm, like I said, I'm being really selfish this year, and I'm just gonna, I'm so excited about expanding internationally. And I'm also gonna expand my my other company I have called Founders Factory. And I'm working on tons of stuff with that. So I'm super excited. But on the personal note, what I don't do always is I'm constantly going in and out of these cities and countries and never spend any time playing.
You're not a tourist.
No, I never play. So I'm in and out. I mean, I was in the last 2 weeks in 3 states. So I'm going to schedule a couple of days everywhere I go and explore and shop and
Nice.
eat. And
Okay.
that's something that I just, like you said, everything was a 10. Because once the world opened, especially in my world where it was spas and resorts, because they were the last to open.
Oh, yeah.
So everything, I was on the road. I've been on the road since June. I think my mom counted that I was home like a total of 3 weeks this year since June. So, but it was all work, So this year it's like, okay, a couple of days in each city and just explore and shop and eat and do all the fun things.
So one of the
you.
things I remember about being divorced was I finally had to make decisions for myself, meaning like, what do I like? Because
Yes.
when you're in a relationship,
100%.
you kind of go, I like this, but this is what my partner likes.
you
We
compromise.
You compromise. Jeff doesn't think I compromise, but I compromise.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I mean about being selfish. I get to not care about what anyone else is doing.
That's right.
My child is 20. She's got her girlfriend. She's got her work. She's good to go. I have a great team at my office who holds it down, and everything's set. So I'm just like, I get to just do whatever I want, eat whatever I want, go to bed whenever I want, wake up whenever I want. So I'm just going to just do that. So that's,
Good.
this is kind of my explore year.
It
And,
is.
Yeah.
It is. And good for you, because I think everyone needs
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I can tell you what we're looking forward to. Fun with HR, definitely going to be here for a while. The other thing is, of course, the Tharva workforce is absolutely growing, and we can't wait for the next steps. HR firm is absolutely growing as well, and we're actually thinking about launching a YouTube channel just so that we can
TikTok, you said?
Oh, TikTok, yes. Well, it's because I need to reach out to my Latin community. We are
Yes,
bilingual.
yes.
We are the only HR company in town that is bilingual. Well, technically more than that, because I do speak French, Italian, Spanish, and English, right?
Wow. You're all
fancy.
She brags.
I know. I am that special.
Yes, you are.
but-
That's why you do Princess Party.
That's
Own it,
exactly
own it,
it.
own it.
Own it. But the thing is, I have to bring us back. We're here because we want to serve our community, and that is never going to change. We absolutely support local, and we can't wait to do so even more in 2022.
We're getting texted on the air.
Oh, from who?
Our real good friend Pat Pothier texted in.
Wonderful.
Good guest of the show, a Pink Musketeer, saying, "Great show, everybody."
Wonderful.
I like this round table. It's a fun
Yeah,
little
it is
twist to close out the year.
Sure. I thought, we bring back people that love to talk. And no, people that are shy. And we kind of let you all do your thing. Look at that.
No. A good time.
So, before time gets too late, I just wanted everybody to let our audience know how they could get in touch with them. Because I
Absolutely.
know Katie's got a lot of great wine to sell.
Oh, sure.
And Pirano's, Shannon could always use more people. So, Katie, why don't you tell us how people can get a hold of you?
Well, I think it's as simple as checking out our website. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. I have a TikTok, which is hilarious.
What's the TikTok?
I think it's at Lovely Kate and on TikTok. Yeah, I think it's at Lovely Kate on TikTok. But yeah, I mean, you can check out our website, straysellers.com. There's our calendar, there's a calendar tab, there's our wine tab. Easy as that. You can check out our events. You can order wine. I've got it for sale online, in and out of state. We've got take-home tastings, all kinds of fun packaging, things packaged. And yeah, we'd love the continued support, for sure.
Shannon?
Shannon.
You can go to piranosmarket.com, and if you want to email me directly about caterings or any events, events at piranosmarket.com. Come for New Year's Eve. We're celebrating. It's Toast with the East Coast. Because I'm old and I don't want to stay up that late. So we're live streaming it
That's how we
in.
roll,
Ball
too.
drop at 9 o'clock, live music, a 4-course dinner. So join us for a really fun, intimate evening without all the hoopla craziness. This is not just really good food, really good wine. And we'll be in bed by 10.
Yay, my kind
Yeah.
of New Year's. Miss Hannah.
My company is at Well CBD. It's on Instagram or Facebook, and then my personal handle is at Hannah Marie Duncan, which is MURRAY, Hannah Marie Duncan, and that's my TikTok and my Instagram and my Facebook.
TikTok.
TikTok.
We're launching TikTok this year.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
I
you
gotta,
are.
I guess I got to put it on my phone now then.
Well, yes,
I
we'll
have to
walk
catch
you
up
through
with
it.
all this stuff.
No,
don't
we'll-
know about it.
Yeah,
It's
we got to get
easy.
Shannon on TikTok.
It's-
That's what
yeah.
we got to do.
Yeah.
One of the little girls at the class made me doing with it, and I was trying to do that Christmas
Oh, yeah,
dance,
yeah.
and I couldn't hear the music. It was awful.
Oh.
okay.
I'm sure it was
Those are the
great.
best
Just,
ones.
oh my god,
Those are the
I was
best
like
ones.
putting my ear to
Okay,
the
I
phone
have to
as I
tell you
knew.
the HR ones are hilarious.
I sent them to you.
Yes, hilarious, because they say the things that so often you kind of wonder what goes through people's minds.
Oh, for sure.
And it's they're hilarious. Absolutely, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're
You've got
doing all
the-
kinds of
you've got
stuff.
all the stories.
We will protect the guilty, not the
Yeah,
innocent.
There's a couple of books inside
Oh,
of
here you are.
Rosandra.
Yep, absolutely. Jeff,
Yes.
holy
Rosandra.
cow. Who would have thought back in June that this is what we'd be doing in December?
I know. It's hard to believe, huh?
Absolutely hard to believe, but grateful and blessed for it every day.
We can't wait to kick off 2022 shows. Again, we're going to be here live on January 1. So if you are up at 8 o'clock in the morning and want to hear something fun and entertaining, tune in for sure.
And I'm glad that people like what's going on because I think there's so many more people out there that would be interesting to come on the radio. So one of the things I wanted to put out there is if you feel you're fun, energetic, and you want to keep up with some of the craziest people around, hit us up.
Let us know. And also, if you have a nonprofit and you have an event that is coming up, we want to hear from you because we want to plug the nonprofits also because it's important part of our community. One of the guests we're going to have on in January is going to be Amy Towner from the Ventura County Medical Center Foundation, who is putting together the Ronald McDonald Family Rooms at VCMC. So we're going to hear about that story, which will be really cool. It's been an adventure.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for all you do and for having us all this morning and just what you do for our community. You're so about local and small business and so fun to hang out with too.
Oh,
We
thank you.
appreciate you.
We appreciate
When we're
ya.
not
Happy
writing people up.
holidays.
When we're not writing people up, yeah. There's a reason why we had you all on today, because we knew you would all be fun and entertaining, and we wanted this kind of forum. So Fun with HR was brought to you by the professionals at the HR firm and the Tharva Workforce. We take care of each other so we can grow together. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we will see you in 2022.